To turn your project back from pump to city water is a two-step operation. You turn this valve into the off position. Ball valves go into blocking position to be off. And you turn the brass valve of your original system into the on position. Opening this to be in line with the pipe will turn the city water back on. Closing this valve into the off position will shut down my pump. It's important that this master valve not leak. It is leaking, and you'll lose pressure over the system with leaks. So that's the main on-off valve disconnect bypass station, is this 1.5 inch line right here. Turn that ball valve off. Turn that brass valve on. Right now it is in the off position, in the blocked position. All the spray heads are currently running off the 2 horsepower pump. You can see there's good pressure in all the heads. This pump is pressure activated. If there is loss of PSI in the system, the pump will cycle on and off. That's why you want to have a master valve over there that does not leak, because it will control the pump and ignore all the other leaks in the system. So in the event of pump shutdown, you want to go from the pump out. So this first valve here would be put into the off position, again in the block position, and you can hear the pump shut down. So when I turn this valve into the on position, the pump will cycle up again. So again, it's a pressure activated system. And it's key that there be no leaks in the system. Leaks will cause the pump to cycle on and off. Leaks in the system can be mitigated by the use of a functioning master valve, which is over by the ball valve. Other than making sure that the pump is primed, there should not be regular service that happens. If the pump runs out of water, it's a matter of making sure that the house feed, which is by your hose bib, is on, making sure that the float inside the tank is functioning, and then opening the hose bib on the pump. That will prime the pump and draw water from the tanks into the pump. This is the feed from the pump to the tank. It needs to stay in the on position unless the pump is being serviced. Last thing is the overflow on the tank. It's critical that that overflow not be covered up, that you be able to inspect it, because if the overflow, if the valve, the float valve, tricks open, then the tanks will fill all the way to the top and overflow. So periodically you want to check the overflow of the tanks to make sure that the valve is, and you can hear the water coming into the tank. Now this is your water level. This is a simple water level line. Water level corresponds with the level of water in the tanks. So I recommend this stay in the off position, again blocked, so that animals don't eat through the cord. But if you want to see what the water level is, turn this on. These are valves just to isolate the tanks in case this has to be serviced. Whatever, if it's broken, you can fix it without draining the tank. First flush device periodically will need to be taken apart at that rubber gasket and cleaned out. Normally it's left to trickle out between rains, and you got to strike a balance and have this thing drip out, but not be so open as to